Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostle, Great Millstone, and in our respect to the brothers out there pushing and spreading the gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, to the focus of the world. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, I just want to do a quick lesson, a very, very quick one on this article, right? Which is entitled, U.S. to equip Amelek with mother of all bombs to target Iran's nuclear facilities. All right. So let's just brush up on the courses of events that are supposed to unfold before Yahweh Shai comes. So this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 36. This is the dream, the future predicted in its simplest form. Daniel chapter 2, starting from verse 36, says, "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. Wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven has he given into thine hands, and has made thee rule over them all. Thou art this head of gold." And he explains the dream, and he says that the dream, in the king's dream, there was an image with a head of gold, breast of silver, belly and thighs of brass, and legs of iron, and his feet part of iron and part clay. All right. It says, "Thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and broke them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broke into pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth." All right. So this is the interpretation of the dream. It says, "Thou, O king," verse 37, "art a king of kings." Oh, Salakia. Verse 38 says, "Thou art this head of gold." This is the Babylon king. So the head of gold was the Babylonian Empire. It says, "And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule of all the earth." So the next one was the Medo-Persian Empire. And, because you have two different groups ruling at the same time, whereas Babylon was, their rulership was undisputed. It was just, the Babylonians. And so the third kingdom of brass is the Grecians, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And their kingdom was going to be very, very great. Daniel chapter 2, verse 40 says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these things, shall he break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of a potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay." And this is the Roman Empire, which is the fourth kingdom. When it went down, it was broken up, and in the east you had 10 kingdoms that arose as a result of that destruction. But as Rome was reincarnated, the same the same power structure being shared across the Edomite empires was also repeated, where you have America, which is Rome, and you have these Edomite nations, NATO and EU, also bearing rule with the iron, right? And so the iron and the clay mixed together. It was set up in the ancient Roman Empire, and it's been revived, and that same setup is today now. "And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken," right? Because America's he's a guard unto NATO and EU. A lot of the European nations are strong, like you have what's this country's name? Like the United Kingdom, for example. They also have a strong military, but America is like the strongest. And America dictates what happens in the affairs of the world, and who their allies should interact with, and to what extent they should interact with. And America decides all these things because what? It's strong. It's partly strong, but it's also partly broken. There are some Edomite empires, Edomite nations, which are joined into Babylon, that are not as strong as Babylon are, right? And so it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So in the days of America, right, shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, which the kingdom of heaven shall be established. And this kingdom, Scripture says, shall never be destroyed. That's why when you read of the destruction of the statue, it says the what? The stone that smote it, the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. So which means that it shall never be destroyed. It says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. It shall not be left to other people. In other words, this thing that we're used to, which is kingdoms being translated from one people to another, it's not gonna be a thing in the future. It says, for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God has made known to the king what shall come to pass after. And Lord willing, we also know the mysteries we know this mystery of what is to come, to pass hereafter. And we are at the very end of that vision. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. It's the vision of the Lord, and it comes from a prophet of the Lord, and this is surely will come to pass. That's why, very recently there was there was talks about ceasefire over there in the Middle East, but eventually what happened? A few days after that, one group was saying that they are not releasing hostage, which is Hamas. They said they're not releasing hostage. They started making videos, a bunch of terrorist nonsense. And now, Israel, Amelek is, YouTube's going to take it off. And now Amelek is all out, and now they're asking for bigger and better weapons. So the destruction of this place is certain. Right? Don't ever be fooled for a second with peace talks and articles about treaties and all that crap. All right, the Lord will have these Edomites fight each other, and then the Lord will add ass whippings onto that. All right. So it says, in the midst of high-level U.S. Amelek talks, Steve Witkoff, the U.S. Special Representative for the Middle East, confirmed a major new development. A Turkish newspaper revealed in its latest material that the Pentagon will be supplying Amelek with the powerful 11-ton Moab bomb, commonly known as the mother of all bombs, per caliber, AZ. Since this announcement made by Witkoff highlights the strategic shift in the U.S. Support for Amelek, as these bombs are capable of destroying deep underground facilities, including those involved in Iran's nuclear weapons production. So not only are they are changing their target, and they're going after Persia, but the scripture says that Gog and Magog is to be a guard unto Persia, right? So what do you think is happening? They're gonna do this thing. They're gonna drag Russia involved, and America's gonna step in because they have to protect the Jays, and that's how World War III comes to pass. All right. So it says further details. Bild Daily revealed a clear objective behind the transfer of these bombs. Amelek intends to use Moabs to target Iran's underground uranium enrichment facilities. These sites are critical in Iran's nuclear program, which has long been a concern for Amelek and its allies. See the audacity of these Edomites. See, they have ICBMs, right? Or at least they have nuclear weapons, or they have the promise of it to have it, should they be in need of it from Babylon. But they don't want anyone they don't want anyone else to have it, which is, like I said, the hypocrisy of it. It's always mind-boggling when I come across this logic of theirs. But I'm not gonna stress myself in explaining it. You know it's hypocrisy. You cannot dictate to another nation what they can and cannot have just because you're afraid, knowing that you yourself has the same thing that you claim to be afraid of, should your enemy have it. So why should your enemy be okay with you having it? All right. Says the report underscores the significance of this move, noting that Israel has been requesting the MOAB since the early 2000s, but has faced repeated denials from the U.S. presidents, including George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. And now Nero comes in here, and he is set up to what? To agitate the nations to go to war. And I just love it. It says, even during his first term, President Trump did not approve the request. The shift in U.S. policy, however, now signals a readiness to support Amelek's military actions more directly in its ongoing conflicts with Iran. So what do you think happens? Iran's allies will support Iran in military actions more directly. You act, and your enemies will act as well. You're not some special god, because Edomites have this superiority complex. They think of themselves as the Most High, but you ain't a fucking god. You're just a man. All right. You threaten someone, they'll threaten you back. You build a bomb and you put it close to people's borders. Well, guess what? They'll make bombs and put it close to your borders. You set up military bases in people's country, people will set up military bases near your borders and see how you fucking like it. Just military analysts, you want to make up your own currency and have the whole world trade in your currency so you can dictate how the world trade. Or people are going to make their own currency and have it to where you have to go to their currency. You put tariffs on people put tariffs on you back. I mean, it's simple logic, and they just can't. The scripture did say that they're gonna be madmen knowing they have a short time. So, I guess this is the madness. Since military analysts have pointed out that the Amalek military has not had the capabilities to effectively dismantle Iran's nuclear program, and intelligence suggests that in a worst-case scenario, Iran could emerge as the world's 10th nuclear power this year. Additionally, in the Oval Office, President Trump addressed the growing tensions with Iran, revealing credible reports that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has prepared an assassination plan against him. And Trump firmly stated if they do something like that, they will be destroyed. Clearly laying out the potential consequences, he added, I have given my instructions, nothing will be left. So, this is the nations. We were seeing the nations, as foretold, compelled to go to war. They're trying to keep the peace. They're trying to preserve the wall that they have built on blood and iniquity, but the Lord will not allow them to enjoy it. The Lord will have it be destroyed. So I hope this transaction takes place. Send a bomb in, use the bomb on the target, have the target retaliate, and bring in their allies in World War III, and then what? The mountain, the stone shall smite the feet, all right, and of the image, and the kingdom of heaven shall be established like a great mountain, which shall cover the whole earth. So I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Yahweh, Shemeshah, Brakatham, to all you Akims and Akwafs that are listening in truth and sincerity. May the blessing of blessing be upon the house. May the Lord speed up the process and deliver us the kingdom of heaven. Until next time, Shalom.